folks, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jessica. I'm a certified peer recovery specialist, a certified naloxone trainer, opioid overdose reversal is what that is if you don't know. I'm a harm reductionist, I'm a woman in long-term recovery, and on this channel, that's all the things that we talk about. Today I want to talk to you guys about something that I saw on TikTok this morning, and it really kind of upset me, to be honest with you, because I really don't like it when people give out misinformation about things that affect my community. You guys know that the overdose crisis that we're experiencing right now is at an all-time high. And you guys hear me talk about it all the time. If you do follow me on other social media, you know that I talk about how important it is for people to carry naloxone. You guys might know it as Narcan. Let me turn that around the right way. The thing that I saw this morning was actually on End Overdoses social media page on TikTok. And if you guys watched my last video, you know that I just did like a kind of like a review of another YouTube video about them. If you guys haven't watched it, I'll link it up here in the cards. And, you know, I try really hard not to come off as rude or anything like that when I'm correcting somebody, because I think that a lot of times people just don't know. And a lot of times people, if they have a question about something, they'll just Google it, and whatever the first answer is that pops up on Google is what they take and run with. And, you know, for silly stuff, that's fine and dandy. But when we are dealing with a medication that reverses an overdose and potentially saves someone's life, it is so vital that we make sure that we have the right information, and that if we put out the wrong information and then discover that it was wrong, that we, you know, take steps to correct it. And that's why I spend so much time before I do videos that I'm giving you guys the right information, because this stuff is so important. So important that I give you the right information about harm reduction. It's so important that I give you the right information about naloxone, how to use it, and that's what I want to talk about today. I do have a rapid revive. I'm from Virginia, and in Virginia, that's what we call our overdose prevention program here is Revive. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll link it up here in the cards also. It's so important that we are putting out the right information to people that are using our services, that are carrying naloxone, that are, you know, carrying fentanyl test strips. Because if we give them the wrong information, you know, I don't want you guys to think that I'm just being dramatic, but this is the difference between life and death. So if you are being given misinformation about something, you could cost somebody their life because of misinformation that you have in your head. So what am I rambling on about? End Overdose and Cami Payton put up a video on their TikTok social media page, and they said that one of the most frequent questions that they get asked is, does naloxone ever expire? And they did a video reply to the person that commented, and they told them, and everybody that watches that video, that even though there are other studies that have been done, the most common answer that they have is 10 months. That is so wrong. Please don't think that I'm coming after them, because I'm not. I think what they're doing is great. I think they have the potential, because of who they are and what they do, to reach an untold number of people that could benefit from their services. They ship naloxone and fentanyl test strips all over the United States. If you guys want to know more about that, you can go and look them up. You can also watch that last video that I did about them, because I do talk about what they send out and how much it costs and all that. I just wish that they would do a little more research, because in the background, when they answer this, they show a screenshot of a Google search saying, when does naloxone expire? And it's the very first thing that pops up. When I'm doing research about this kind of stuff, I don't do research through news media outlets, CNN, Fox News, shit like that. No, I want to know the actual scientific study. That being said, just to give you guys a little bit of background, there is a company called Emergent, and in 2018, they bought the company Pharma. Pharma were the people that were manufacturing naloxone. Emergent bought Adept Pharma and the rights to manufacture and distribute naloxone. And when they did that, they conducted their own studies about shelf life and the temperatures that it can be stored in on any box of Narcan that you get. On the side of it, of course, it tells you, what it is. It tells you who is making it. If you read, all the stuff on here, it tells you how to store it, what excursions, the temperature that it freezes at, and then down here on the bottom, it gives you all the other stuff. There's a big number. I don't know what the hell it stands for. A lot number and an expiration date. Emergent. If you just do a little web search, I'll link this in my description box so you can read it. This is from Emergent. They released this all on their own. And it says, what is the new shelf life of Narcan nasal spray? Narcan expiration will now be changed from 24 to 36 months. So this is the company that is manufacturing this product, and they're saying that they themselves, as a company and with the FDA approval, they're going to increase the shelf life of naloxone from 24 months up to 36 months. That's a big increase, in and of itself. And it says the FDA has approved the 36-month shelf life after completing a comprehensive review of data, which included all versions of Narcan. Since the study was conducted using all versions of Narcan, any product previously released with a 24-month shelf life can now be extended for an additional 12 months. They go into what the current label was on the naloxone boxes that are already out, what the new label will say if you get a new box. They also changed temperature regulations on there because before it said that you had to store naloxone from 68 degrees to 77 degrees. The new label says store below 77 degrees, and that's Fahrenheit, which is 25 degrees Celsius. Excursions permitted up to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Celsius. Do not freeze or expose to excessive heat, and protect from light. And I have stuff to say about that. The rest of it is important safety information. Should I tell my healthcare provider? What are the possible side effects of using it? Then also, if you do a little more research, the Albany College of Pharmacy and Health Services, February 15th, 2019. They have found that naloxone products used to reverse opioid overdoses may meet standards for safe and effective use nearly 30 years after the expiration date. They first published it February 4th, 2019 in the journal Pre-Hospital Emergency Care. And they say on there, given the critical role naloxone has played in saving lives during our nation's opioid epidemic, these findings can have significant financial and public health implications for meeting the increasing demand for this important drug. The expired naloxone injection products used for the study were collected from EMS or law enforcement training supplies and expired returns. The expiration dates ranged from 1990 to 2018. It says the researchers who performed the chemical analysis found that 11 of the 12 samples retained between 90 and 110% of their potency. The range designated by the United States Pharmacopoeia, USP, as meeting the standard for safe and effective use. The one sample that fell short was dated from 1992, and it narrowly missed meeting the standard, retaining 89.3 of the labeled amount of naloxone. They give a chart showing you the percentage of the active ingredients remaining, and then the year of their samples. And as you can see, they are well above. This right here, this dark line, is the 90% line. Everything above this line is above 90% effective. The samples they tested still retained that much active, effective ingredients in it. And this is the part that really got me. They go on to say, I'm sure I'm going to say his last name wrong, but I'm going to try. Michael Broder, PharmD, professor at Albany College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, says, while other studies have examined naloxone stability for samples maintained at room temperature up to a year past their expiration date, We analyzed naloxone exposed to real world temperature fluctuations with samples stretching back as far as 27 years. Our results demonstrate that naloxone injectable solution is consistently stable for nearly 3 decades. 3 decades. They also say in here a longer shelf life for these products will improve the financial burden and allow more lives to be saved. I'll also link this in my description box so you guys can read it too, because there's more to it than what I just read. But all of that, 3 decades, y'all. If you have expired naloxone, do not throw it away. Any naloxone that you have, no matter what form it is, whether it's the nasal or whether it's the injectable, if you have it, regardless of how long ago has been expired, keep it. Do not throw it away. And if you don't want to keep it because you doubt the efficacy of it, then please do me a favor and just Google harm reduction organizations in your area and take it to them and give it to them. Go and get yourself brand new naloxone if you feel like that's what makes you feel better about it and you doubt the studies that are done. That's fine. All I'm asking is that you don't throw it away. If you have expired naloxone and you don't feel completely 100% safe using it, then go and hand it out to people in your community that are in need of it. Give it to a local harm reduction organization. If you have a community health service board, a health department, anything like that in your community, and you don't want to carry and possibly use expired naloxone, I use that term loosely, then give it to somebody that will use it. Because I personally have used expired naloxone before and it did reverse that overdose. That person is alive and well today. So please don't throw it away. One of the biggest barriers that we are fighting against as harm reductionists is the cost of this drug. Naloxone is insanely expensive. If you are a person who uses drugs and you're also experiencing a really hard time right now, if you're living on the streets, anything like that, you can't afford to go to a pharmacy or your local health department or whatever it is, $150 for 2 doses is a lot for someone that is struggling to meet their basic human needs on a day-to-day basis. They don't have $150. Price is one of the biggest barriers that we are experiencing to get it into the hands of the people that need it. And yes, there are harm reduction grants that you can apply for if you're a 501c, which is a nonprofit, and you can use those funds to buy naloxone to hand out to people in your community. But that doesn't necessarily help everybody out there that could benefit from carrying this and having the training. And that's why I go off so bad and get so aggravated when people are carelessly putting out information like this, because a lot of people will see their video and if they have naloxone, there's a good chance that a lot of people went and saw that video and they're like, oh, well, let me go check and see what the expiration date is on my naloxone. And if it was expired, it got thrown away. And God knows how long that video will stay up, how many people will see it, and how many people will take that video for truth, even though it's not. So that is my safety warning for the day. The FDA requires us to put expiration dates on things. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's true and that they have it down to a perfect science. This study right here proves that. So, like I said, if you have expired naloxone, please don't throw it away. This one's going to be a short one today. That's all I wanted to talk to you guys about, just to let you know that. As always, if you guys need naloxone or if you need to be trained in how to administer it, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. If you need anything else, all my contact information is listed in my description box below. You can find all my socials on there and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other.